Hey everyone, so in today's video I'm going to be doing a video that has been really requested, and I've been promising that I was going to do it for like a really long time because I did my Drugstore Favorites, I did my Sephora Favorites, and now I'm going to do my kind of MAC starter kit / MAC favorites. This is basically if I lost my whole collection of makeup, this is what I would repurchase from MAC and kind of what I would recommend to people just starting their makeup collection or who are wanting to get into MAC makeup. When I was younger, I was really obsessed with MAC makeup. If you would have asked me my favorite makeup brand, I would have said MAC in like a heartbeat. I've been like broadening my horizons over the past year or so, and like now my favorite brands are from Sephora, and Sephora is my preferred place to shop, but I do have a lot of MAC favorites now that I think about it. So there are definitely hits and misses like in the whole MAC company. There are some things that I won't purchase, and there's things that I will obviously purchase. So I'm gonna get started right away with face. So MAC foundations, they're not my thing. I don't like MAC foundations. I have one right here. It is the Pro Longwear foundation. There's Studio Sculpt, there's so many different foundations at MAC, and if it works for you, then I'm super happy for you, but for me, it just feels way too heavy. I tried the tinted moisturizer and I liked it. I've used the Face and Body foundation, and I do like it. If I had to purchase the foundation from MAC, it would be the Face and Body, but in terms of other, like the Pro Longwear, the Studio Sculpt, I don't like it. I would not recommend if you're just getting into makeup to play around with MAC foundations because I remember them just feeling super heavy on my skin. So in terms of concealer though, MAC does have a good assortment of concealer. They have like really heavy duty concealer, more lightweight concealer. So whatever thing you want to cover up on your face, there's definitely a concealer for you. My mom swears by the foundation in the pot. I think it's the Studio Fix concealer. She's been using that since I was a little kid, and it's always in our makeup bag. So if you like want a heavy duty concealer, that's a really good option for you. Like I said with the foundations, I find that a lot of the concealers, they just look really heavy on your face. So that's why I prefer other concealers, and if you want to see my favorite concealer, you can go watch my Sephora Favorites video. Now we're going to move into blushes, and if I'm being honest, MAC does have my favorite blushes. I have so many blushes. But two of my favorite blushes from MAC, which I think are really good options to buy if you're just getting into makeup and you want something that you can wear every day, these are my two favorites. So the first one is Dainty, and this is a mineralized blush. I'm wearing it today. It just gives you a really nice glow to your cheek. It's really nice. It's a mineralized blush, so there is a little bit of a sheen, but it doesn't look like shiny or greasy on your face. It just gives you a really nice glow from within. Whether you're pale or you're tan or darker than I am, this is a good option for you. The next blush is a favorite of mine and my sister's, and it's called Melba. And this one is kind of more on the peachy tone, a little bit, I don't know, I feel like this would look better on people who have a little bit more of an olivey skin tone. I'm sure it would look good on people who have more like rosy complexion, but for people who have kind of my skin tone, I would really recommend Melba. It just adds like a pop to your cheeks that I love. Another thing for your face that I just wanted to let you guys know about is the Strobe cream, and I think this is a really good product. Like, this is one of those things, like an extra from MAC, that I think is really worth it, especially since they now make it in these little like 1 fluid ounce containers. So what I like to do, especially during the summertime, this is just kind of like a luminizer. You can mix it in with your regular moisturizer. You can mix it like with your face moisturizer and put it all over your face. But what I like to do sometimes is I'll apply it like on my cheekbones, over here, like on my cupid's bow, just anywhere where I want a little bit more of an extra glow, and it really gives that to me without it looking like shiny, like disco ball in your face. So I really like this because if you know me, you know my makeup style. I'm not really super into shiny faces. I just like glowy faces, and this definitely gives you a really nice glow no matter what skin tone you have. It just makes you look kind of like, I don't know, like J-Lo. Okay, so now we're going to move into eyes. Now I kind of go through phases with MAC eyeshadows where I wear like MAC eyeshadows every day, and then other weeks I don't touch my MAC eyeshadow. So I went ahead and chose 5 shadows. I tried to choose just 4 so I could fit it in a little quad, but I had to choose 5. I just had to throw a little extra one in here. So these are the colors that I'd recommend. So you can tell that they're pretty like neutral, bronzy, kind of like Cocoa Bear eyes. So the first one I'm going to recommend is All That Glitters. This is probably the first eyeshadow I ever bought at MAC. All That Glitter is just a really good lid color. I've seen it on darker complexions, on lighter complexions, but I think this is a really good option for a lid color because it has a little bit of a sheen, but it's not like frosty like glitter. The second one I would recommend is called Patina, and really in the pan it looks like nothing. It looks like the most basic basic eyeshadow you could wear, but when you put it on your lid, like in your crease or just to blend everything out, it does something magical to your eyeshadow. And then the third color I would recommend is Tempting. I love Tempting, especially in the fall and winter. All over your lid, it is gorgeous. And this is a luster eyeshadow, which I typically don't like because MAC has a bunch of different finishes, but this is probably the only luster eyeshadow that I enjoy and recommend. And the fourth eyeshadow is called Cork, and the one that I'm going to show you next, like Cork and the one I'm going to show you right now, are kind of interchangeable. The one that's just like in the little pot is called Kid, and it's just like a little bit of a lighter color. So it depends like if you like a little bit more like darker, smokier makeup, or if you like more natural makeup. Just kind of like matte colors that you can use to blend out. The benefit of Cork though is that you can use it in your eyebrows, you can use it to contour, you can use it to do a bunch of different things because it is a little bit darker. But I just like having a matte color to kind of blend my eyeshadows out. In case you guys don't know, MAC has two different ways you can buy their eyeshadows. You can either buy it in the pot, like that comes like this, it's a little bit more expensive, or you could just buy it in the pan, which is a little bit cheaper. So if you have a palette like this or one of the bigger palettes or a Z palette, you can just put it in. If you are planning on buying a lot of MAC eyeshadows, definitely like when you go, get a MAC palette, like a big one or even just a quad. And then over time, it does make sense to buy it in the pan form since it is a little bit cheaper, but you can pot these. I do have another favorite eyeshadow, like probably my all-time favorite MAC eyeshadow. It's Grand Entrance. It was limited edition, so you can't buy it at MAC anymore, but Stila's Kitten is pretty much identical. My favorite MAC brush ever, like of all time, is the MAC 252. I just love this eyeshadow brush for packing on color, for putting it all over your lid. I used to buy a lot of MAC brushes. Now since I have so many Sigma brushes and Sedona lace brushes, I really don't feel the need to buy a lot of MAC brushes. And if you are just getting into makeup, I would definitely recommend looking at a site like Sigma or Sedona Lace. I'll have the links down below because you can get a whole brush set for like the price of 2 MAC brushes. I know like oh my gosh, where's my 134? I used to have a 134 that I loved. The 134 is over $50. And you can get a complete 12-piece brush set from Sigma or Sedona Lace for $100 or a little over $100. So if you are getting into makeup, that's probably a better option than getting, you know, like one brush for $50. MAC also has these things called paint pots. This is a really good eyeshadow base. And the two that I'm going to recommend for you today are the kind of like the bases. If you have more of a, let's say, olivey skin tone like I do, or a more like pink undertone skin tone like I kind of have, I'd recommend Painterly Paint Pot. It just looks like this. It's a really great base to put all over your lid. I'm probably going to have to back to MAC this is because this is like pretty much done. Yeah, it's kick the bucket. And it's just a good way to lock in your eyeshadows. I find that like a paint pot base or a cream shadow base really kind of holds in the eyeshadows. If you have more of a yellow skin tone, I would recommend Soft Ochre Paint Pot. It has a little bit more of a yellow base, so it wouldn't like be as much of a contrast as Painterly Paint Pot. And if you wear a lot of like bronzy eyeshadows, you can get a bronze kind of toned one. I think that if you are gonna like get a paint pot, splurge on a paint pot, get something that you can wear every day no matter what look you're wearing. Now I'm gonna move into my favorite part of MAC, which is the lip section. I think MAC has the best lipsticks and lip liners. First I'm just going to talk about lip liners quickly. My all-time favorite lip liner, like out of YSL, Chanel, Makeup Forever, anything, my all-time favorite lip liner is MAC's Whirl. It's the perfect color to give you like a really good lined, plump lips. I have a whole lip liner video, so I'm not going to waste time talking about why I am addicted to lip liner. I chose 5 lipsticks because I couldn't help myself, and these are my favorites. I got a lot of questions about my favorite MAC lipsticks, so here we go. The first one is Cream Puff. It is the perfect pink, like almost like a muted bubblegum pink, but it doesn't make your teeth look yellow, which I find a lot of pinks can do. The next one is another cream sheen, and it is called Coral Bliss. This is a really nice summer color no matter what skin tone you have. It is a gorgeous color. A nice pop on your face without being like boom coral, because I'm not into bright lips. It's definitely like a little bit more colorful than my other lipsticks, but I still love it. The next one is Modesty. This one is just like a really nice nude color without being like corpse lips. The next one is one that I've been wearing a lot lately. I got it recently and I've been getting a lot of questions about this lip color. And this one's a matte, which is different than like my other ones. This is Honey Love. Seriously, ugh. I like die for this lipstick. It is the perfect nude color. It's right here. It's like a pinky peachy nude color, and it just looks amazing with lip liner. And the last one is a Viva Glam lipstick. So this one is Viva Glam 5, and I have a couple of Viva Glams, but this one's my favorite for every day. It kind of reminds me of MAC Syrup lipstick, which is another nice beginner color if you just want to get in like a nice natural lipstick. This one is a luster. It's just like a really nice, shiny, like My Lips But Better color. And the last thing I want to recommend to you guys is probably like one of my all-time favorite perfumes, and it's by MAC. It's called Turquoise. I swear once you smell it, you will be changed forever because it is the most amazing smelling scent ever. It is fresh, it is flirty. But you can get it at any store. I got mine at a CCO, so check your CCOs. Oh, another thing I just want to talk about, just like if you're getting into MAC, there are CCOs, which are cosmetic company outlets, outlet like malls all around the States. I don't think Canada has any. You can get discounted MAC, discontinued MAC there, so it's a good place to look. Like when I went, they had Cream Cup lipstick. They have a bunch of good things at CCO, so if you are getting into MAC, check it out if there's one near you so you can get a little bit of a discount. Let me know what your favorite MAC products are down below. So thank you again for watching, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.